Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm doing something a little bit different, a little more relaxed. We're going to be creating a card, a kind of handmade greeting card, but we're going to be using some really fun, and super affordable, supplies. This is a great little project for a rainy day, or if you just want to get a little bit creative. So, the star of the show today is actually a page from a coloring book I picked up at Action. I'm a huge fan of Action, as you probably know, and their coloring books are just fantastic. They have some really intricate designs, beautiful scenes, and they are so inexpensive. I just cut out this one design that I thought would be perfect for a card, and it has this lovely sort of cottagecore, fairy tale vibe. It's a little scene with a tiny house and some flowers, and I think it's just going to be so charming. Now, for our colors, we're going to be using a mix of two things that are also incredibly budget-friendly. First up, I have. And welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into a fun, affordable DIY project, creating a beautiful, personalized birthday or theme card. This is perfect for those of you who love to get creative without spending a lot of money. The whole process is very much like a creative journaling session, and I'm excited to share it with you. So grab your supplies, get comfy, and let's get started. Step 1. Choosing and coloring your design. The first step is picking your main design. You don't need a fancy stamp or a special card base. I'm using a page from a simple coloring book. The theme I chose is flowers, which is perfect for a cheerful card. Now for the coloring. I'm using a mix of supplies. For the main flower petals and leaves, I'm using alcohol markers. I got these at Action, and they're a great way to get vibrant, smooth color without a big investment, and super affordable supplies. This is a great little project for a rainy day, or if you just want to get a little bit creative. So, the star of the show today is actually a page from a coloring book I picked up at Action. I'm a huge fan of Action, as you probably know, and their coloring books are just fantastic. They have some really intricate designs, beautiful scenes, and they are so inexpensive. I just cut out this one design that I thought would be perfect for a card, and it has this lovely sort of cottagecore, fairy tale vibe. It's a little scene with a tiny house and some flowers, and I think it's just going to be so charming. Now, for our colors, we're going to be using a mix of two things that are also incredibly budget-friendly. First up, I have these alcohol markers. I got these from the Teddy store, another one of my absolute favorites for crafting supplies. These are super pigmented and they blend really well, which is perfect for this kind of project. I've got a whole little set here, so I'm just going to go through and pick out a few colors that I think will work nicely together. I'm thinking some soft greens for the leaves and grass, maybe a nice warm pink for the flowers, and a bit of a gray or taupe for the little cottage itself. The key with these alcohol markers is to work in layers. You want to start with your lightest color and then you can build up the shadows and the darker areas on top. You can see here how I'm just kind of blocking in the main colors first, and then I'll go back in and add some depth. Alright, so I've got the basic layers of the alcohol markers down. The house is a soft gray, the roof is a gentle brown, and the leaves are a mix of a couple of different greens. Now, here's where the second part of our color combo comes in. I also picked up this little set of aquarelle colors, or watercolors, also from Teddy. These are just the pan watercolors, and they're perfect for adding a bit of a wash effect and getting some lovely soft blends. I'm going to use them to create a background for our little scene. Instead of just having a plain white card, I want a soft, dreamy sky. So, I'm just wetting my brush and picking up a little bit of this soft blue color. I'm going to go around the edges of the coloring book page here and just create a gentle wash, bringing the color in and blending it out. You can see how the watercolors just give it this beautiful, ethereal feel. I'm also going to add just a tiny bit of a dusty pink to the sky, maybe in the corner, to make it look like a little sunrise or sunset scene. It's just about layering and building up the colors and seeing what happens. Okay, so the watercolors are drying now, and I'm really happy with how the sky looks. It's so soft and adds so much more to the card than just leaving the background plain. Now, while we wait for everything to be completely dry, I'm just going to do some final little details with the alcohol markers. I'm going back to my little set and I'm picking up a slightly darker green. I'm going to add some little flicks and dots to the leaves to create some texture and to give them a little more life. And I'm also going to add a slightly darker shade of pink to the flowers, just at the base, to give them some dimension. It's these tiny little details that really make a project like this pop. Don't be afraid to add little shadows here and there, because that's what's going to make it look less like a flat coloring page and more like a little piece of art. I'm also going to take a black pen, just a simple fine liner, and I'm going to go over some of the lines on the coloring page. This is optional, but I think it really helps to make the details stand out. I'm just re-outlining the little windows on the house and some of the smaller flowers to make them pop against the colors we've added. It's a great way to add a bit more contrast to the whole piece. And there you have it. Our little card is complete. I'm going to glue this finished piece onto a playing card base, and it's ready to be sent off to a friend or family member. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and I hope it inspires you to grab a coloring book and some affordable art supplies and just have fun with it. I am so excited to have you here today, because we're going to be tackling a project that was a little bit of a journey for me, but it had the most beautiful result. Today, we're making a handmade card, and for this project, I finally managed to get my DIY cutting machine to cooperate. I'll admit, there were a few moments of total confusion. You know those times where the software just doesn't want to talk to the machine, and you're staring at the screen, and it's staring back at you, and you're just thinking, why won't you just cut the flowers? But you know what? With a little patience, and maybe a few deep breaths, we figured it out, and the end result was absolutely worth it. It cut out the most intricate, perfect little flowers for our project. So, let's get into the step-by-step process, like a little mini course. Step 1. The Cutting Machine Masterclass. First, as I mentioned, we set up the cutting machine. The design I chose was a beautiful set of layered flowers. I loaded my cardstock onto the mat, and after a little bit of trial and error with the settings, we finally got it to work its magic. Watching it cut out those tiny, delicate petals was so satisfying. This part is all about being patient and making sure your material is properly secured. It took a few tries to get it right, but I was so happy when I saw those perfect shapes pop out. Step 2. Building the flower bouquet. Once our flowers were cut, it was time to assemble them. I used double-sided tape, because for a card like this, you want a really clean, invisible bond. I took the smallest flower layer and put a tiny piece of double-sided tape on the back. Then I carefully centered it on top of the next largest layer, and pressed them down. I repeated this for each layer, slowly building up a beautiful, three-dimensional bloom. This is my favorite part because you really see the card come to life as you add dimension. Step 3. Creating the card base. While the flowers were being assembled, I also prepared the card base. I folded a piece of thick cardstock in half to create our blank canvas. This is where I brought in a little bit of creative flair with some washi tape. I had this gorgeous roll with a floral pattern, and I wanted to use it to create a decorative border on the card. I carefully ran the washi tape along the top and bottom edges of the card. Now, here's a little secret of mine, the final touch. When I got to the very end of this project, I realized my roll of washi tape was completely empty. I literally used every last bit of it on this one card. It's so satisfying to know that you've used up a supply on a beautiful project like this. Step 4. Assembling the final design. Finally, I used a few more pieces of double-sided tape to attach our assembled flowers to the front of the card. I arranged them in a little cluster, a beautiful bouquet, and I was so happy with the final look. The pop of color from the flowers against the simple card base, accented by the washi tape, it all just came together perfectly. I truly loved the process of making this card. Even with the cutting machine struggles at the beginning, it just made the final result so much more rewarding. I'm already looking forward to making more courses like this for you all in the future. The crafting journey is all about learning, and I can't wait to see what we create next. I'm also so excited, because I'm going to be upgrading soon to a new machine, maybe a Cricut Maker 4 or one of the Cricut Explore plotters, and I just know it's going to open up so many new creative possibilities for us.
7 bagulho tem que ser assim. 7 bagulho, 7 bagulho, 7 bagulho, 7 bagulho, 7 bagulho, 7 bagulho, 7 bagulho.